Hey, Comics Cubers, our guests today are Alexandra Sevilla and Mitzi Bahet. Both of them are writers, both of them are artists. They do quite a few more personal short stories in Ashcans here in the Philippines. But with Mitzi as the writer and Alex as the artist, they're also creating a period piece called Hele, the first chapter of which is already out. Um, you can go look that up and see how you can buy that, or you can just message me. The graphic novel will be out when it's out. They're currently working on it, and they will be releasing it as part of a Peacock International selection. This was a very fun interview, and without further ado, Alexandra Sevilla and Mitzi Bahet. Kamusta? How are you both today?
Okay no, healthy.
Healthy.
All good.
Good. Actually, I'm kind of recovering from a bad flu. So, pagpasensyahan if medyo ngongo or nasal yung boses ko. But yeah, I'm doing better now and now.
Mitzi, I hope you get well. I was telling Alex before you joined, right before we started, I saw your Instagram post about your sprain in May. Tapos inisip ko, ay, hindi ba tayo tuloy? Pero in May pa pala yun.
No,
Akala ko, wait, ano nangyari kay Mitzi?
it's early May. That was like the first week of May. So I'm doing much better now. My ankle is better. It's better now. Almost to full recovery actually. It was a bad sprain, but yeah, now we're here.
I'm glad you're now walking. Now, I asked you both to come on as a team because you are the
Yes.
team behind Hele, which this is the first chapters. Yung full book will be coming later in life. Okay. Sige.
Yes. Yes.
First question I ask everyone who comes onto my show for the first time, and you can take turns, is why do you love comics?
Do you wanna go first, Mitzi?
Go, Alex. Nagturoan eh. Go.
No, I actually prepared because I listened to some of your interviews. So, ano, um, I love comics because it's a framed world where anyone can play God. And I think, yeah, that's the most succinct way I can put that.
Okay, but if you didn't prepare, what would your joke?
I don't know. That's why I prepared.
Mitzi?
You know, it's comics. I just love making sense out of things, out of the world, and like churning it into panels and just seeing, like putting it into images that make sense to me and how I see it. Mapa I don't know, slice of life man yan, or dark fantasy, or just the mundane things. Yun, I just enjoy putting things together and making sense of things. Yun. And that kind of stuff. Medyo 7 on years and more doing comics for yun.
7 years making
Yeah.
comics na. What
Yeah.
what would you say was the comic that made you fall in love with comics? It can be any comic, could be a web comic, could be whatever. It could be a newspaper comic. Newspaper, nabutan niyo ba yung mga dyaryo?
Paper.
Joke lang.
Ish. Go.
Yes. Yes, pero mas manga ako nagsimula. At least yun yung mga main influences ko. And then I kind of shifted to local comics, which is yun, the usual 13. But what's pivotal for me was the silent comics ni Sir Manix, the
Yeah.
12 in particular, because it's like the first time that I have read such deep themes pero presented in a way that's light, quote unquote, pero easy to follow. So parang, what? You can make comics like this? Okay. So I kind of tried it and ayun, parang doon na nagsimula yung amazement ko with storytelling in general. So, yeah.
In ano, no,
Ikaw,
it's
Alex.
inspiring yung 12, no? Inspiring yung 12 because it also teaches you panel
Yes.
to panel storytelling. What is your favorite story in 12 and why is it the one with a balloon?
Yes, actually yung balloon nga talaga yung pinakatumatak sa akin. Um, yung, I guess, I have a parang affinity with ice, the symbolism of ice. And it kind of subconsciously parang cascaded it into my stories. Like for example, Carnival is a one-shot dark fantasy that talks about a circus cat and a boy who exchange each other's eye to view each other's world. So parang yun, yung parang universal symbolism that's found in stories, especially in that particular story in 12, really gripped me. And yun, it stuck.
Alex,
Yun.
ikaw.
For me, I really remember yung Witch comics
Ah,
because sobrang experimental din siya in a way because there are times where they put in like journal or collage pages of the characters, like implying na these characters have lives beyond the story. Like they would, so it was mind blowing for me na it's like looking at it now as an adult, parang it's kuha niya yung kilite of children na parang yung playing with fantasy and friendship and parang I relate to it in a way as a kid because with my friends we would play kung sino si Cornelia, sino si Will in this scenario, parang ganun. Parang naging ano siya, mode of play for me yung Witch comics at the time. It,
Alex, this is interesting to me because I'm too old to have been there for Witch.
yeah,
But you are not the first person to come on my show and say that Witch is what triggered your love of comics, which makes me think na, teka lang, is Witch just so much more influential than I realize?
maybe because if it reached us more people that because it's Italian eh. It's a mix of anime. Yung art niya is a mix of anime and Western influences. Like it's so rich in its writing and the art. Like
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
most recently, last week, Patty Ramos was here, and that's also what she mentioned was
oh, okay.
Witch. Huh? Really? Okay. My eyes open. That's why I have this show. I learn many things. You're both artists and you're both writers. What is the influence there? Parang ano yung mga influence nyo as a writer and as an artist? Kasi sometimes magkaiba yan.
Mitzi, do you wanna take the floor?
Okay. Sige. I started off really as just as an artist and just like stitching visuals panel by panel together and mas focus of showing and telling through words. But with Hele, I trying to get out of that comfort zone. Uh, ha what would it look like for me as an artist, as a creator who also weaves words well with the visuals. It kind of balances and kind of up, ano ba? Parang mas maging abundant kumbaga yung experience for me, for us as creators and the readers. So parang I really wanted to upskill myself in writing. Um, but in general, I'm an artist and I'm a creator who prefers visual than words. How about you, Alex?
I think I share the same sentiment, but also right now I'm leaning into poetics, like merging the words and the images
Mhm.
together in a way that it can like you transcend just like it sends out the message well to the reader naman. But in terms of influences, right now I'm leaning a lot into bold and really works that are easily understood, if that makes sense. And yeah, I lean into more simplistic art lately too, because I'm the type
Okay.
that when I'm drawing, I also like to look at other artists' work. That's how I get inspired. So it's like you're making your own pot of soup every time. So it's just a matter of um mixing in the influences and what you're really into, which is a detriment also for me because I like to experiment and play. That's why the book has been taking so long. Yun, I wanted it to be like for myself, I want to put out work um that makes the reader be contemplative and you know something that I want to make something that has essence, you know.
Yeah. It's interesting kasi both of you, diba, you both of you have done work that is more slice of life, quiet, meditative, I guess is the word. So for example, like Mitzi, you've got two diaries of meditations. I guess it is the word because meditations is right here. I'm very on point today. Uh, so
Eh,
so
Yeah.
and ikaw, Alex, for example, you got a comic about a handbag,
yeah.
which is written in Filipino in Tagalog. And so with that, diba, given that and given yung stories nyo about your personal lives, things that clearly mean something to you, how do you feel? How do you go about deciding kung paano nyo ilalagay sa page? Like, what parts of you will you be leaving vulnerable on the page versus what parts to not really put down there? Kasi there's certain instances, for example, in a diary of meditations where I'm like, ano nangyari kay Mitzi?
Mm,
Wait, see.
yeah.
That's my actual question is
Okay.
not anong nangyari kay Mitzi. You don't have to answer that.
Yeah. 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 That's a really good question. I guess how do parang filtering? I wouldn't say filtering in a sense now, like what am I comfortable revealing? But I guess yung paggamit ulit ng again symbolism and imagery. I'm really a big fan of visual imagery and metaphors. And I don't usually I'm not parang word per word na ito yung ito yung nangyayari sa buhay ko at tapos ito dapat yung makikita ko sa panel. Parang I would like to mask it in a way na mapapaisip yung tao and hindi totally detached kasi minsan if it's too I don't know how I kind of find visual imagery that really relates not only to me but to other people as well and ayun parang universal universal feelings universal images kind of clicks and like yun parang doon ako siya tinatahi and I guess yung hindi man sensory ang tawag pero yun it's more of I don't know how to put it, pero it's more of painting or masking. I don't know. It's not completely as is yung nararamdaman ko.
Literal, parang hindi masyadong
But
literal.
but there's the essence there that I'm feeling. For example, grief or sadness. It's there, but yun, parang I kind of also leave it may pagka, I don't know, mysterious. Sorry, nagra-rumble ako, pero ang
Good,
hirap
it's
niya
good.
i-explain, but it's there. At least the
Alex,
general essence or the feeling is there.
Alex, what
Yeah.
about you? And while you're answering that same question, I would like to add another question, which is what circumstances in life lead one person to say the words, I think I will make a comic about a handbag?
Oh, I think in line with what Mitzi said, I kind of don't lean into being too literal in terms of storytelling. I like when things are a bit stylized, like it's a bit far away from reality. but also like confronting it at the same time. I think I wanted to express that in the handbag story, especially like I because I stumbled upon an article. I said at the end, I stumbled upon an article wherein a lady has a collection of handbags and she kept it in a storage facility, and all the bags got really ruined in mold throughout time and throughout the year. So I got really curious, like what would the bag think if how would the handbag be if it has consciousness. So I thought, because I also lean into like trying to be more subversive in my storytelling. I think in line with what Mitzi said, there's like a vulnerability in being stylized in that type of approach. Uh, Even if it's not entirely personal, you turn something like suffering or a bag that's really rotting and like there's like like an existential crisis. As much as I don't like the term, like they try to grapple with their own consciousness and the fact that it's a handbag that's so passive. It doesn't have any agency at all. It's just there. Like um, that's what I really want to explore in the way I create
Sige. The
the
two of
book.
you very clearly super aligned in the way storytelling philosophies nyo super aligned. So Kele is your collaboration together. Your collaboration together. That's redundant. Hele is your collaboration with each other. Um and so I guess the question becomes, how long have you known each other? How did you decide that you were going to work together on this book?
I think it was when it was one Comic Con. I was friends with Choknat San. And we approached Mitzi for an interview, and then we really bonded for since when? 2019? 2020? I forgot.
Oo, pre-pandemic. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Tagal na dun.
Ang
So
tagal
face to
na.
face kayo nagkakilala. That's
Yes, face to
nice.
Yes.
Punta kami sa
Okay.
bahay niya, and then
Yeah.
in-interview namin siya. And then,
Shops.
Shout out to
ayun.
Choknat San, who is also a great cartoonist. Huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, she's great.
Yes.
Choknat.
So nag-meet kayo, and then how did Hele come about? Ano yung origin
You
story ni Hele?
explain Mitzi.
Ayun. So, bale, kasi dapat ito ay one shot lang siya na part ng anthology of yung Difference Engine, yung sound anthology, like, nung 2019 na call for submission. Pero hindi siya nakapasok since yung deadline. So, tinry naming sa Picoff na. So, ayun, I kind of pitched the idea to Alex na what if, yun nga, parang, kaya natin na na ipasok yung story na to. Yun nga, it's about jazz and province life and how do you visualize music through the pages, through sequential art. And we kind of yun, parang built may raw outline na ako pero very raw pa siya. Wala pa siyang fleshed out um, beats and whatnot. And yun yung dinevelop namin when we were selected in the batch to pick off noong 2020.
20.
And yun, ever since, yun, tsaka nag-click lang kami. Yun, really grateful then for our collaboration. As in, nag-click lang din kami as artist and writer. And ayun, we really bounce off each other's ideas. So nagkakaroon kami ng mga quarterly, what do you call this? Quarterly brainstorm to align with the stories, like what works and what doesn't, without sacrificing the essence of what we want to share and Ada's journey. So yun.
So you're both artists and you're both writers. How did you decide that Mitzi, you would be the writer, and Alex, you would be the artist?
Go, girl. Ikaw na.
Ako, pero I have this like really strong feeling about Alex's great work, like art, na parang hindi ko kayang gawin kapag ako lang yung magiging, pag, parang hindi siya bagay sa art style ko if gagawin ko yung Hele in my art style. So I really saw Alex's art style, like illustrations, parang, oh, parang mas fit siya for Hele. And I'm really grateful na, yun nga, we had this collab.
Same.
Nothing to add, Alex?
Um, Sorry, what's the question again?
How did you decide who would be the writer and who would be the artist?
I think since it's such a collab, and I'm also a writer din, parang, I also input with Mitzi in the storytelling.
Uh-oh.
Pero we took it upon ourselves to have a specific role din. So, it's not as laborious between us. So, and she also feedbacks me pagkadating dun sa lettering and the art din. And so parang it's a really good collaboration din that I'm really thankful for. That's
The
it.
the synopsis at the end, at the back of the first of this, ano ba tawag dito? This volume? Bakit may hearts bigla?
Si Mitzi.
Okay. So, at the back of this, the first chapter, yung teaser, is Province Girl
Yeah.
Ada sets out to chase her dream of becoming a renowned vaudeville singer. Hele captures her beginnings in Tarlac, her journey to climb the ranks of the Filipino vaudeville jazz scene during Manila's golden age, and entering a war-torn era. Come along to see the first few chapters of Hele, introducing the beginning of Ada's journey. So, it is a provincial, pero also it's a historical piece. So how much research is going into this book?
I wonder,
I would
Mitzi.
say a lot. A lot. But mostly second, how do you call it? Second resources, mostly journals, articles, from the internet. And then, yun, we kind of, nag-share din kami ng isa't isa ni Alex sa mga leads and like possible researches or books that would help us. I've also purchased and read history books on music, Filipino music during the 1930s, 1940s. And the challenge is really sifting through the nitty-gritty details and just like extracting what is essential to the story. Reminding na hindi naman siya history book. It's just we
Yeah.
wanted to like just ground the readers, that to ground them in the context that the story is in, para mas relatable and real. Yun.
But we also visit museums, events, galleries
Yeah.
to get the costumes and how people dress at the time. And then, because we also have a bit of a music background, we also consider how characters breathe, how characters move about. Okay, it's a very laborious research phase for us.
How many chapters do you think this will run?
We're plotting it at around six chapters. The last two, we're on our fifth chapter already, and you're hoping to finish it this year.
Year talaga,
Soon.
grabe. Yun na lang.
But
Tiwala.
yes, claiming it.
Alex, you have multiple styles. As you mentioned, you like trying new things. So explain to me the look of Hele. I think at one point I said that your art style felt like a memory. So parang bagay na bagay siya for this book. So can you explain how you arrived at the look of Hele, including yung mga ganyan,
Patterns.
yung mga patterns, mga ganyan.
Ah,
This is not my best moment. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go na.
Ah, ano, kasi there's a lot of soul searching with this book art-wise. Like, sobrang dami kong trinay. Mitzi, naalala mo, I tried watercolor nung simula. And then, parang it's a kind of like a rival in a sense in terms of art style. But at the same time, you're not really entirely tied to one, di ba, when you're an artist. Pero in Hele, I wanted it to be like a push and pull between maximalism and minimalism. Because as a culture, di ba, we've been influenced by so many nations then and cultures. So it's like a ongoing tension between different styles, but also considering the story na it's about a memory. It can be hazy, na it can be impressionist in approach, but there are times that you have to be as uh, you have to render certain pages as much as possible to really push how the world is. So yun, I, I, I arrived at a minimalist, maximalist approach for it. Ayan.
And how did you come up with overall arc ni Ada for this particular book? Like, yeah, parang
Yeah.
how did you come up with that overall arc?
I a lot na ano through the research I also you draw what you like din, 'di ba? Like especially for the eyes, I wanted it's an anime but at the same time yung full shape of the character is a bit Art Nouveau and uh it has more organic lines. Tapos essentially for the look of Ad, I wanted her to be really simple, like really probinsyana in the beginning. Because so we see her progression nga
Yeah.
throughout the chapters na okay, this girl is going through the motions of becoming a star, a vaudeville jazz icon, and so doon natin makikita doon ipapakita yung ano niya, yung magiging pagkakaiba niya throughout her life na ayun. That's where the maximalism and minimalism arrives at. That's
Let's talk about your background in music. The two of you talked about you have a background in music. What is that background?
For me, I used to do choir in church. And then, Rondalia, I play the laud in for a short time, pero it was a core memory. Because I really like music, but I don't have the patience as a kid. That's why I think this is like my revenge story or my my way of coming back to it or expressing the love for it. Ikaw, Mitzi.
Oh, wala akong musical background per se, but I love listening to music,
Nice.
especially jazz. And I think I just love jazz in general. So, ayun, parang nagsanga-sanga na siya. Jazz, hip-hop, tapos rock, and then all. And ayun, there's this profound, yun nga, again, the language of music present in different cultures. And yun nga, parang nakakapag-unify or nakapag-isa siya. Pag nakikita mo nga din siya, na-experience mo sa isang story. Lalo na pag yun, music ang theme. So,
No,
yun. But
I
when it
remember
comes to
her
like, ay,
sharing
yeah,
jazz.
go
I
Alex.
remember nag-share ka ng jazz videos bago tayo naghele. Like,
Ah,
okay, kaya parang
oo.
may musical, ano to, maalam to si Mitzi. Mga
Nice.
Coldplay.
Yeah. Ay, yeah, I don't know, parang wala lang. I just love music in general. So, yun, na gusto lang namin siya makita in comics din. So, yun.
Yeah.
I love that the initial idea for Hele is that is because one, you both love music, and two, because there was a prompt in Difference Engine for a short story, and you just happened to miss the deadline, and it developed into a graphic novel. That is a great origin story for a comic. Inspiration can strike anywhere and take you to any place.
Amen.
True.
I love music comics, and I cannot wait to add this to my collection when it's done. How do you, how, what, what was your process in trying to depict music in a medium with no sound?
There's a lot
Go,
of
Alex.
for me. I wanted to be really playful with it. I remember before I was approaching it really flat, but yeah, approaching it in like a music video type of way,
Mhm.
wherein um panels don't really align, and it's a really fun exercise, but at the same time it's difficult because you're gonna have to figure out where text will go, where the characters will be the highlight of. But at the same time I really enjoyed it because I wanted it to be um I wanted to use as little colors as possible, but show the music in a simple way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just to make it as fun for me as possible. I think it will translate through the reader if I approach it that way, if I had fun doing the
Hmm.
page. Yes.
As readers, we can tell when you have fun and when you don't.
Yeah.
Uh,
We try.
and what is
Definitely.
what is the collaborative process like between you two? Parang ano yung density of the script, Mitzi, that you write? Or malay ko ba, baka nagdo-drawing ka na lang ng layout, sinasabi mo kay
Oo nga.
Alex, ito na lang.
Hmm, paano ba natin yung process natin, Alex? So, when we do, medyo iterative process din throughout the years. Pero what worked for us recently is from our initial outline na nabuo namin since 2020, 2021, parang step by step namin siya fini-flesh out each chapter. So, so for example, in chapter 5, ay sorry, chapter 4 na lang kasi yun yung mas kompleto. Chapter 4,
Ah,
we would meet first, like kind of finalize the flow, like the chunk, like yun yung mismong details ng point A to point B to point C to point D of chapter 4. And then we would like ipa-plot namin siya sa isang collaborative board, like Miro Space, if you're familiar. So parang isipin niyo na mga sticky notes lang siya in a digital space. And then once na parang na-set namin, okay, parang mas okay na to mas okay na yung flow, locked in na. That I would then like do the deep work and like hindi ganun kadetalye na script pero mas sketch thumbnails ako. Mas doon ko siya na-visualize ng maayos. And then after like plotting the layout, the thumbnails of the pages for chapter 4, I would go back to Alex and yun, mag-meet ulit kami. How's this flow? Ano yung mga kailangan pang i-concise? Baka masyadong mahaba tong part na to sa chapter 4. So we refine it further. And then, ayun, Alex has the creative freedom naman uh to to edit or to modify the thumbnails I have suggested. Kasi suggestions lang naman yun. So para mas madali niyang ma-visualize din yung nakikita ko for that scene. And yun, natapos namin yung chapter 4 like months ago, and I think that's working for us. So yun yung ginagawa din namin for chapter 5, which is like kind of the climax of the story, which is yun nga yung the war chapter. So yun yung process namin so far.
well put.
Okay. Yung war, so you're doing the war chapter. I assume na there's a lot of research being done for the war because and I also assume that there's not a shortage of materials for wartime stuff. What was the
No.
music like during wartime? Would you know?
I attended a talk last week or a few months ago because the Japanese at the time also had weirdly enough Western influences. So but they still retained the simplistic notes
Mhm.
in there. Maybe I can forward you to to really show it. And then yeah, because there's a lot of propaganda with the music then. Um so also I also found in the research research reading, I also talked um to my grandparents, how they were at the time, how they lived at the time. Um they distinctly remember the music or the sound during exercises in the morning. So they would
Uh,
count in Japanese. So and but there was a jazz vaudeville scene coming up then because there was also the introduction of film in Escolta. So it's
okay.
like a really interesting time like of change and and violence. But um that's where there were times honestly there were times we would be drowned in the data, but we found a way to stay grounded with the story then, 'di ba Mitzi? So yeah, that's pretty much as much how I can disclose about the music part in the time. How do you have anything to add?
Yung on top of Alex's, uh, from my research during the war period, the Japanese propaganda was broadcasting in radio broadcast, yung mga kundiman songs. Parang, uh, kundiman songs like a mother singing, parang yung intention is maging homesick daw ang mga Filipino sundalo and to like give up the fight. Parang ganun. So it's all the propaganda, Japanese propaganda. And funnily enough then, it comes to theater, since very highly censored yung mga nilalabas na films. Although there's still films, um, pero very highly censored and Japanese propaganda. Mas theater,
Vaudeville.
vaudeville, ang mas bukas. But still, again, censored pa rin siya. But there are ways um, where performers, Filipino performers, have these signs or actions that would like kind of as a silent protest against the Japanese. Medyo exciting siyang isingit yung mga details na yun sa chapter 5. We won't actually tell it like blatantly
Yeah,
in your
Yeah.
face. Parang maganda talaga pag subtle siya in the scene. Like, oh, I didn't catch that, but if
I
you're gonna
agree.
read
It's
it
not a
again,
textbook.
parang, yun yung gusto namin, yeah, yun yung gusto namin ma-achieve eh. Pero it's really, uh, laborious. Pero fun siya pag smooth siyang nakasingit sa scene. But
But
yeah,
we have a
yun.
Hele playlist on Spotify if anyone wants to get a listen.
If you give me the link for that, I will link it
Yes,
in the description of this video.
I will send
Okay.
later.
Okay. My last question about your collaboration is a simple one, which is, nag-aaway ba kayo?
Hindi naman. Ano if
No.
we did,
Ah,
we would
yeah.
have left or naiwan na yung Hele
Oo.
years ago.
Parang it's more of, parang mas challenging ideas. Challenging ideas, for example, in a certain scene, parang it would make sense if like this shot rather than this. Pero mas away, parang hindi naman.
Yeah,
Pero,
we
parang wala.
flag naman kung hindi natin gusto yung
Oo,
certain, 'di ba? Yun. We
oo,
flag to each other what we don't like naman.
yun.
And my last question is, alam ko meron kayong Hele playlist, pero what is your individual playlists when you're working on this book?
Oh my gosh. Personally, I listen to everything, but lately I'm enjoying noise music. I don't know why, because it's so I find it soothing. Like, I'm gonna cite Mers Bow, yung name of the artist, and um J-pop and Kundiman songs as well. So it's a mix. It depends on the mood
May
for
kundi man
me.
songs ba sa Spotify?
Yeah, may
Really?
mga Pilita Corrales, yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Mitzi?
I am going to bank on the Kundiman songs, specifically kay Sylvia Latore. If I really need that hyper focus, deep work when writing for Hele. But other than that, songs na walang, like instrumentals in general. Kasi pag may words na nadidistract talaga ako. But yun. And one of the things is we also collaborated with a musician actually.
Really?
And she created one of Hele's songs. Yes. Um, so she shared with us her talents in songwriting and musical arrangement. So merong parang theme song si Hele. So
Yeah.
we really can't wait to just share
Share.
and release it once done na siya. So it's really part of the promo. Maririnig niyo siya sa promo reels and whatnot. But really grateful for our musician friend that she was able to be part of Hele.
Who you will
Yun.
not name at this
We will
moment in
not.
time. Okay. Sige.
Yeah, not yet.
Congratulations. I cannot wait to read the rest of Hele. Uh, I hope it's done soon, but more importantly, I hope it's done right.
Yes,
So,
we hope so too,
Yes.
Louis.
I
As
hope,
much as you do.
which is to say, don't rush it.
Yeah.
It will be worth the
Yeah.
wait.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you.
you to both of
Thank you
you.
for the
This was great.
reassurance.
They couldn't do it.
This was
Thank
great. I
you.
appreciate you coming on the show.
Louis.
And what con appearances are you guys making this year?
I'll try to be in
Mm.
Comic Con Grande.
Okay.
Grande.
Which is where you will release Hele. Joke lang. Okay.
No, but I'll try to release something else. Something else.
Okay. What about you, Mitzi?
Try to be in Indicate.
Hindi.
August?
August din.
August.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think. Yes.
Thank you so much, both of you. This was great. Have a good rest of the
Thank
night.
you.
You too, Dewey.
Thank you, Dewey. Salamat.
Yeah.